Hello adik-adik, selamat kembali di channel Adil 205 dan di sini kita akan kembali bermain game. Bukan bermain game guys, tapi kita review ke semua ending dalam Deus Ex Mankind Event. Kita tahu guys, saya macam malas pula nak ulang balik guys main game ni. Jadi kita tengok mana orang dapat semua ending guys. Okay, all ending. Okay, pertama si Victor macam kau ni mati, tak tahu siapa dia mati. Steve dia mati. Dia tidak berjaya menyelamatkan si Brown dan ahli-ahli UN. Ni mesti ending kita tak buat apa-apa guys. Kita duduk diam.
McCready, I'm too late.
Kalau kita sempat kalahkan Victor Manchenkov dan juga menghentikan tu semua ni. Kita dapat best ending lah masa kita. Wah, 1 bulan kemudian. 1 minggu kemudian. Yang tu buat dengan Alex, kita rasa perbualan ni akan berbeza sebab
Memorial services are being held around the world today for Santo CEO Nathaniel Brown and several prominent members of the UN Security Council. Brown and his guests were murdered last week when augmented terrorists attacked the Safe Harbor Convention in London. Interpol released chilling images from the murder scene, admitting that the attack could have been much worse. Apparently, members of the Augmented Rights Coalition, infuriated over the death of their leader, also plan to blow up residential towers surrounding the Apex Center Convention Hall. I do not know about you folks, but I think it is high time the United Nations passed the Human Restoration Act, so we can all sleep safe again at night. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you.
They're fanning the flames.
From Picus.
Fanning them? They lit the fucking torch, man. Eliza might as well go door to door handing out pitchforks.
Ark was gonna be blamed no matter what, from the second Brown opened the doors. If he'd listened to me.
Too friggin' arrogant to listen. He gambled big and he lost big for all of us Augs. Damn it. We were so close to pushing that vote back.
We were close to losing thousands of innocent people, too.
Yeah, I know. And thanks to you, we didn't. Hell of a choice you had to make, Adam.
If I could have saved them all, I would have. But sacrificing thousands for a shot at an uncertain future, to me, that's not a choice.
It might have been our best shot at that future. Now we'll have to find a new one. Listen, you know I'm on your side. I'm just pissed because Janus texted me last night, told me the Human Restoration Act has already passed. They're just waiting for Picus to stir up the mob some more before officially announcing it.
Janus knows that for a fact?
Yeah.
So they got what they wanted.
I'm sure they're feeling pretty good right about now. But this bullshit act, the segregation, the violence, is just gonna make everything worse.
I know. The task force is gonna be busy.
You're not planning to go back to them, are you?
Wasn't aware I'd left.
But you did your time, man. You already proved that outfit is corrupt. Why stay?
We know what's coming, Alex. The Collective needs all the help it can get. And it's not all smoke and mirrors. The task force does make a difference.
Sure, not everyone in the organization is compromised. Just the ones issuing all the orders.
Miller wasn't corrupt. He was a good man, a good cop. Maybe if I'd seen it sooner. My point is, there are others inside the force we can trust. We just have to find the right people.
Can't say I like this, Adam, but you're the one taking the biggest risk. I'll fill Janus in. He's been looking for an angle to get us closer to Manderley and Page.
I'm sure I can find one for him. But when you speak to him, tell him this too. Before going all the way on this, we need everyone on board, including Janus. I think it's high time we met the man behind the mask, Alex. Don't you?
This report just in. Law enforcement officials in Prague have tracked down and captured the bomb maker, whose deadly explosive devices claimed the lives of dozens of innocent travelers earlier this week. The woman, an ex-army demolition specialist named Alison Stanek,
Ni gambar dia macam dia dah
Appears to
start.
be a police following an news indeed. A coroner's report released in Prague today offers shocking new insight into the death of Dr. Talis Rucker, former leader of the Augment, was the exceedingly high level of Norway. Sure, I do not need to remind you folks that the organization he founded, the Augmented Rights Coalition, has been linked to last week's horrifying terror that was on this very pro-violent organization. As we speak, brave state police officers in the Czech Republic are raiding ARC-controlled compounds inside the Udalek complex. Here is an example of the defiance they are encountering.
This is where you have it all wrong. Wrong! ARC was framed. You people, you don't see, you don't realize that Viktor Marchenko was not ARC. He was trying to kill ARC, kill the cause.
Sebenarnya Viktor Marchenko tu sebenarnya dia bukan daripada ARC
We are
guys.
strong,
Kalau kita
we
pergi
are
dekat
innocent, and we will not be
dekat
used as
pembunuhan
pawns by
Switzerland tu kan,
scared men
kita
who
nampak
want to make us
orang
less
out
than
dibunuh
human.
oleh orang bertopeng guys.
I am sorry, young man, but methinks thou doth protest too much. The Diwali criminal organization is evidence supply source Radich support to ARC terrorists. Among those being sought for questioning is Radich Nikoladze, leader of the Diwali's Prague chapter. Sources close to the man tell me, however, that Nikoladze has gone off the grid, and it is unlikely he will ever be found. An indication of guilt, perhaps?
Si Viktor Marchenko.
Join the online sharp orchestrated around news media terror frequently made their way deeper into Western. I am sure you will agree with me on this one, folks. No matter what name these people go by, there is nothing more dangerous than the spread of false news. Turning our attention now to a more colorful story. Authorities with the new drug benefit the public will tell.
On a national level, on a global level,
When
when your guests need to come to security team to evacuate the time.
Viktor Marchenko buat apa?
Why have you not come?
Ni kalau kita pilih
Is your
sampai
faith in hypotheticals truly that strong?
Oh ni ending gitu guys.
Apparently not. Took so many round and course.
Victor, you're done hurting me.
Itu game guys. Nampak sebenarnya kita sampai mission steering tu lebih bagus daripada kita masuk dalam bank guys. Masa yang kita ni tahu siapa mana kawan mana sepatutnya iaitu si Viktor Marchenko ni guys. Tapi kalau kita sampai steering kita dapat genuine dan menunjukkan brand tu guys. Tu yang bisa okey guys. Jadi ikut pilot kita tu sebenarnya tak betul. So ni dia selamatkan buang dulu guys. Baru tu kalau Viktor Marchenko. Dia pilih tak bunuh. Dan juga ni mission ni.
McCready, it's over.
Neil Brown thwarting what could.
Ini.
Interpol has confirmed that a group of radical terrorists linked to the Augmented Rights Coalition wired the residential towers surrounding a controversial
The human race in time.
prediction.
Untuk dia yang rasa ni
Lobbying like-
rasa ni dia berubah.
Savvy.
I'm sorry.
For a while, we both did. By the time I realized he was innocent,
Sorry.
track.
But that thing is finished.
Janus always seems to have the inside track. Except when it really matters.
Miller, right? I'm sorry, Adam.
Jadi yang ni
I really did think he was working for the Illuminati.
Orang yang baik guys sebenarnya.
For a while, we
Dia tak
both
bekerja untuk
did.
Illuminati.
By the time I realized he was innocent, we can't change the past. We have to keep going.
What are you thinking?
How many more plans do they have in motion? How many more soldiers like Marchenko are waiting for the call?
Don't call him a soldier. He was a thug, man.
Dia soldier,
Soldiers
itu
have a code of
adalah
honor.
gangster.
Honestly, I'm surprised you let him live.
Marchenko knows things. Put him in a cell, it might convince him to talk. Put him in the morgue, we get nothing.
Let's hope his bosses aren't as smart as you are.
Regardless, we want the men behind him. Behind the human restoration. them into
Collective won't stop until...
phase 2. Janus.
So that's what you've been chewing on. Look, I'll try, Adam, but I already told you he doesn't like meetings that aren't on his terms.
Then give him a choice. Either he sets up a meeting, face to face, or I find him myself.
Oh, jadi yang
I think it's high time we met the man behind the mask, Alex. Don't you?
manusia yang
This
dapat apa ni?
report captured the bomb
Sama je.
level.
Ini sama je guys yang ujung ni. Semua yang
Augmented terrorist Viktor
Ada beza dia,
Marchenko,
macam
whom law
kita
enforcement officials describe
angkat
as
peta
being
si Viktor
instrumental
Marchenko ni.
in the coalition, appropriate UFO. When will the United know Rucker was on this? Was a no bit wide. Rucker, ARC, police officers,
This... We are men.
thinks thou doth put scrutiny in support. Galatsi, tell me ever been in the
Ini
online
bantu tu si
and me
Octavia
of
tu.
some around some is a fun a recent criminal one available.
Is your faith in hypotheticals truly that strong? If only you had taken it!
Andai kalau kita tekan lawan je guys, tak guna jammer ataupun kill switch. Sekejap, kill switch tu dapat dari mana guys?
If only you had taken it!
Yes, saya dapat jammer dia sebab kita pujuk Alison Stanek. Kill switch tu nak dapat dari mana guys? Tu macam mana? Kalau fight you dah kena tekan guys. Habis lah ni. Hancur ke orang-orang.
I'm taking you down, Victor.
Man,
I do not fear death, brother.
kita bunuh tu.
Placing flower bouquets in memory of the men we today. Holding hands and placing flower bouquets in memory of the men, women, and children whose lives were struck down prematurely last week during that devastating terrorist attack on Apex Center. Details of the massacre continue to trickle in, raising eyebrows and leaving many people wondering why the United Nations has not yet put the Human Restoration Act to a vote. Earlier today, I spoke with Santos CEO Nathaniel Brown, who was in the Apex Convention Center when the augmented extremists attacked. Brown had this controversial opinion to give.
Now is not
So
the
ni
time to
aku
make
kalau
rash
buang cakap pasal benda ni.
decisions. People need to process what happened, to allow emotions to cool, so that wisdom and intelligence can guide us.
Wisdom and intelligence, indeed. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting.
Go ahead and roll your eyes, bitch. That act is dead.
Dan si pilot kita bercerita
Even
dengan
after
Eliza
everything that
yang,
happened,
suka
those delegates you
buat
saved
berita
stonewalled
palsu
the
ni,
vote
guys.
at the Security Council.
Tapi
Janus
Eliza
says it'll
yang
never get
elok
its
tu,
support back.
lebih better lah.
That's one victory, at least.
Adam, I'm sorry. It was an impossible situation, but you had to choose. I know you didn't make the decision lightly.
I wanted to save everyone. I just couldn't make it work.
That piece of shit legislation is gone because of you. We Augs have a fighting chance again. ARC's gonna take a hit for this, a big hit. But the Juggernaut Collective is already working on fixing it.
Doing what?
Spreading the truth about Garm and who really attacked in London. We've been digging a lot deeper into Marchenko too. Publishing everything we find. Give us time, you'll see.
The task force might be able to help with that.
Are you kidding me? Shit, man, you're not thinking about going back to them, are you?
Haven't handed in my resignation yet.
But you proved they were corrupt, you can get out of there.
Not everything the task force does is smoke and mirrors. They can make a difference, and some of them really want to.
Ya, macam
Like
macam
Miller?
lah. Tapi yang memang ada yang
Miller was a
khianat
good
tu
man,
adalah si
a
doktor
good
tu.
cop.
Ih, sumpah.
Hey.
Saya
It's
masih
getting
lagi
out of Commander
kejut
Lee.
lah si
I need to
doktor.
meet with him first. In person this time.
Enforcement of the war period
Sama
Eastern
dia.
Berlin.
Jadi tak banyak
Becoming a
pun proses
publication
ending dia tak dia
back
tu
in
je.
London profiling.
Antara kita menyesal
It
ataupun
didn't
tidak tu je.
sensation. There is an
See to keep we make us
test need this in support a lot until ever I meet where members of the underground to have subsequently public rebranded recent incident dangers of governed though.
Your faith in hypothetical. You had your chance, Adam Chance. If only you had taken it.
Right here, Victor.
Please switch.
Where did you...
We can avoid another unnecessary...
Oh, jadi kill switch ni untuk membunuh si Viktor Manchenkov, guys. Kalau Jamie untuk hentikan bom, kill switch untuk bunuh Viktor Manchenkov. Dari mana dia dapat?
Right here, Victor.
Where did you...
We can avoid another unnecessary tragedy.
Tu ni lah
Isn't that what you said?
kill switch ni.
You surrender now. I will give the kill switch to you. You'll spend the rest of your days in prison, but the hold your masters have on you will end.
A nice dream. But we both know there is no escape from these men. I am a soldier, brother. I accept my fate.
Saya terima tak ada saya. Dia tak payah lawan dia lagi, gempak kan. Kita bunuh dia cantik. Pakai kill switch. Alright, kalau saya boleh guna jammer guys, kita hentikan dia, tangkap dia. Sebab kalau dia kill switch tu dia, kita bunuh dia tapi tanpa lawan.
McCready.
Oh, Nathaniel, for thwarting what could have been Santos security convention last week. Interpol has confirmed wire Deus.
Rash decisions based on fear. Nor should we allow a vocal minority to dictate our
Ni just ground selamat tapi kita bunuh Manchenkov lah.
Strong words
Ending
from
sama
men
macam saya,
with
cuma
even
dia sekali
stronger
kita
bang.
bunuh
This is
Manchenkov.
a live topic.
We completely disrupted their plan. Marchenko, the orchid, the bombs. You've been under too long, man. Time to come up for air. Take a breath. Janus messaged me last night, said Brown's been lobbying like a champ. He and the people you saved know the act isn't a solution. Picus will talk around it as long as they can, but that thing is
Jadi musuh
finished.
kita Picus dan
Janus always
Illuminati.
seems to have the inside track. Except when it really matters.
Miller, right? I'm sorry, Adam. I really did think he was working for the Illuminati.
He was innocent. We can't change. For a while, we both did. By the time I realized he was innocent. We can't change the past. We have to keep going.
What are you thinking?
How many more plans do they have in motion? How many more soldiers like Marchenko are waiting for the...
Of honor,
Soldiers follow orders, too.
man. Soldiers have a code of honor.
Soldiers
Asal
follow
pemintaan
orders,
juga.
too. He was prepared to obey his, no matter the consequences.
Jadi siapa pun
Sounds like you're
mati.
sorry he's dead.
He made his choice, I made mine. Regardless, we want the men
Jadi kita pun
behind
sedih
him.
kalau macam
Behind the
kita
Human Restoration Act.
Maksudnya kita ni orang
The
yang
ones
tak
still out there in
semua.
the shadows.
Tapi kalau kita main, kita boleh
It's
membantu
time for me
semua
to
orang.
start pulling them into the light.
Well, now we got names. Manderley and Page. The collective won't stop until we bring these guys down.
Yeah? Well, there's one more name I want to put a face to. Janus.
So that's what you've been chewing on. Look, I'll try, Adam, but I already told you he doesn't like meetings that aren't on his terms.
Then give him a
Saya tak
choice.
kahwin. Kalau
Either
dia
he sets up a
kita kali
meeting
ni
face to
kita
face.
Kalau nak jumpa
Or I
dia
find
kan,
it myself.
nak cakap tentu dia kena.
I think it's high time we met the man behind the mask, Alex.
Kita paksa dia.
Don't you?
Lepas tu lalas sebenarnya jenis tu ada perempuan.
Just
Wow,
in.
saya menunjukkan.
Law enforcement officials in
Ataupun-
Prague have tracked down and captured the bomb maker,
Ataupun
whose deadly
jenis tu
explosive
ada
devices claimed the lives of dozens of innocent travelers earlier this
Pakai
week.
mata nerd.
The woman, an ex-army demolition specialist named Alison Stanek, appears to be a relief following her offered it was Allison's founded. It seems insolvent.
where you have it all. Want to make us less than you?
Much. For their high-ranking terrorists, the Diwali's proud say, let us know ground pub on charge. The radicals escaped their holding cell, however, and are believed to have subsequent terrorism.
Samis dead.
The radicals escaped their holding cell,
Ya,
however.
Samis dead ni
To
dia
their
pergi
escape,
ke
a radical
Perancis dia.
publication called Silhouette began appearing throughout France. Has Samizdat rebranded itself as Silhouette? I am sure there is drug laboratory. Distributory is that the drug neon wars.
Murder!
Time will tell.
Macam tu je lining dia guys. Tak ada beza sangat pun. Jadi adik-adik, kalau korang suka video kali ni, kalau boleh button like, subscribe, turun komen, share teman kalian untuk bangkit. Sekian semua, bye bye. Bagi saya Deus Ex ni game dia menarik, cuma yang macam tu lah ada kekurangan dia. Macam contoh map dia kalau nak untuk explore dia kurang besar. Sebenarnya bagus je map dia kecil, cuma bagi saya macam tempat dia sama je, tak ada banyak tempat nak explore. Lepas tu yang kedua ada macam ada map limited edition seperti dekat gunung Switzerland dan juga dekat London tu. Tapi sayang kita tak boleh explore sangat sebab kita kadang dan misi tu kena main dengan masa. Lambat masa kadang misi tu mati. Macam tu. Tu yang sayang ni. Kadang kita kena betul-betul cepat. Macam kat London tu lambat sikit kan, sibuk sana sini. Pam. Kita yang terbantai sendiri. Macam tu kita lambat buang mati. Kita lambat macam kau boleh letakkan bangunan macam tu lah. Macam agak susah lah. Kalau yang map limited edition, yang lepas tu yang paling suka lagi dalam game ni adalah set mission dia yang kita kena trigger sendiri. Macam kita tengok yang misi ke-6 tu, saya tak dapat hidupkan sebab saya tak pernah jumpa dia. Dan kadang ada misi tu saya tak sengaja onkan dia. Jadi yang tu patutnya set mission tu dia patut bagi tahulah. Sekarang tunjuk kat map ke apa ke. Tak pun bagi notification macam kan sebelah set mission tu kan ada yang dia bagi tanda kantar pembesar tu kan. Untuk aktifkan set mission lah. Macam tu ke okey sikit. Jadi orang kalau nak buat tak buat itu ikut orang lah. Tapi ni tak, ada misi memang tak bagi tahu. Itu agak susah tu. Tapi itulah. Terima kasih pada pembuat game Deus Ex Devided Mankind ni. Bagi saya game dia agak menarik dan saya bagi 4.5 lah, 4.5 daripada 5 bintang. Jadi adik-adik, kalau kalian suka video kali ni, kalian boleh tekan button like, subscribe, komen, share kepada kalian untuk bangkit. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.